Hello and welcome to GBR. You find to stay racing with the guys from the MRC in the GTTCC Season 20. This is the Elite Division, round 4, race 2. So a reverse grid from the Fuji race, which obviously was an absolute belter of position changes. So we'll see if this one will live up to it. As you can see, we are at Tokyo Expressway, and we are on a reverse grid for this one. So starting on pole is Muffin Man in the Aston Martin. In second place we have Golden Brownie in the Mustang. In third place we have Pilgrim in the Jag. In fourth place we have Brucey in Aston Martin. In fifth place we have Raffo in an Aston Martin. In sixth place we have Judge in the Scirocco. In seventh we have Bazza in another Jag, not Jag, Aston Martin, using Jag in the GT3 series. And it seems to be the Aston Martin is for race 2 and the Citroen for race 1. In 8th place we have Midnight in the Mazda 3. In 9th place we have Mark in the Scirocco, and the race winner, and didn't want to race with anyone else. At Fuji we have Phil in the Ferrari. So that is your 10 drivers for this race. So just jump up to the front and get these guys going. Half an hour again for this one, and away we go. Muffin Man absolutely didn't see the lights going out, so he's dropped back down the pack. Golden Brownie leads the field down. As you can see, it's a very long straight. It's even longer than the Fuji track for this one. So all about the slipstream as they come down towards turn 1. Golden Brownie in first. I think everyone's pretty much stayed in position apart from Muffin Man, who has dropped to the back of the pack. But now you can see the slipstream really kicking in as they come down towards turn 1. They've all bunched up. Pilgrim's trying to go around the outside of Golden Brownie as they come through turn 2. Brucey there on the inside. Midnight's been able to work his way up to 4th place at the moment. He's making it 3 wide behind Golden Brownie. He's slipped up past Golden Brownie. Now has Midnight up into 1st place. So absolutely holy fuming about race 1. He wanted to go redeem himself on this one, but through the chicane they go for the first time. Midnight first, Golden Brownie in 2nd place, Brucey up to 3rd place. He's on the inside through this right kink, up past Golden Brownie does Brucey. Pilgrim there in 4th place, just behind. Phil's worked his way up to 5th place, so a cracking start as well for Phil. Probably saw Midnight absolutely flying and knew he had to try and do something about it to catch up to him. Bazza in 6th place, Raffo in 7th, Mark in 8th, Judge down to 9th place, and obviously Muffin Man, he's still in the slipstream it looks like, in 10th place there. But into the final corner we go. There's a hairpin right as we come round. Looks like everyone's still in order, but it'll be Midnight punching the hole in the air for everyone behind, but I think he's a bit of a distance ahead of Brucey to not worry about for it to turn 1. Golden Brownie in 3rd. He's going to be in the slipstream of Brucey, but also giving the slipstream to Pilgrim. Phil's pulled out with the slipstream to try and get past Pilgrim, but with Pilgrim being in the slipstream, it's just too strong to get past. He's going to have another go as they all hurtle their way down towards turn 1 again. Pilgrim's been able to catch that gap up to Golden Brownie and get past, and Phil is following as well, so Phil's made his way up past Golden Brownie as well. Golden Brownie just dropping backwards, having Really not much slip from Brucey up ahead. As they come round turn 1 again, Raffo's been able to get up past Buzzer. And Muffin Man there, you can see at the back, has been able to catch up just through the slipstream down the main straight. Mark just ahead of Judge there. Muffin Man going up the inside of Judge as they come up towards the chicane, but decides just to pull out of it as they're coming down to it. Really only a single file through here, but Mark was looking at the inside of Buzzer there. Yes, Buzzer had a little bit of a poor run up towards it, but Judge is making a move up the inside of Mark as they come through. Touch the wall and you've got nowhere to go. So let's put Judge now to the back of the pack in the slipstream. Muffin Man looking on the outside of Mark as they're coming around through this right-left section, but can't do anything about it. Muffin Man's been able to get past Mark now, up to 8th place, so a bad start for Muffin Man, but he's making his way through the field now. But up at the front we have Midnight. Brucey isn't too far behind now, so that slipstream definitely kicking in and helping Brucey catch up to the back of Midnight. Will Brucey be able to have a look at Midnight into turn 1? Phil has been able to get past Pilgrim now. Will he be able to get up to the back of Brucey? Raffo there has been able to get past Golden Brownie, and Buzzer there just behind as well, but Golden Brownie's right under Raffo's rear wing, just pulls to the side now, and Buzzer's going to make it 3 wide as they're coming down towards turn 1. He got line of stern there behind. Buzzer's been able to get past Golden Brownie, and this Golden Brownie just going to slip in. Buzzer slipstream and get back past Raffo. Looks like he is as they're coming up towards turn 1. But will Raffo try and hang it round the outside? Just gets squeezed on the exit, and that's allowed Mark to get up the inside of Raffo round turn 2. Muffin Man back down to 9th place. So it's going to chop and change in every lap with the slipstream for these guys as they come round towards the chicane once again for third time of asking. Looks like they're going to go side by side at the back here between Muffin Man and Judge. Judge looks like he's backed out a little bit there, didn't want to risk it getting into the wall. But back at the front there, Midnight and Brucey running the ship as we speak, and Phil there in 3rd place, probably just on the clutches of Brucey's slipstream for the main straight, but the top 4 have been able to just pull away from the rest of the pack where they have all been fighting. Raffo there in 5th place, Buzzer just behind Golden Brownie, Muffin Man, Mark, and then Judge in 10th place. But it doesn't matter where you are now, where you are at the end. Mark there looking up the inside of Muffin Man, not going to be able to make it. It does get up the inside on the exit. No, he doesn't. Muffin Man's got the better drive as they come out of that, out the hairpin. So now Raffo's got to defend from Buzzer. Obviously both in the same car, both in the Aston. Raffo doing a bit of weaving there, just trying to break that slipstream as they're coming across the line there. Looks like he's just got enough on Buzzer at the moment. And then they come up the hill out of the tunnel up towards turn 1. I've just missed. Brucey's got past Midnight. That is just through the slipstream alone. So Brucey's got a good drive coming out of the last corner, and been able to just pull alongside and past Midnight up towards turn 1. So a change for the lead. But Midnight's been able to slip into behind Brucey. And will he try and make a move up towards turn 1? No, he won't. He will just slip behind Brucey as they come through. Midnight stuck right on the rear end of Brucey as they're coming out of turn 2, and then down towards the chicane they go. You can see Phil and Pilgrim there just in the background, just out of the slipstream range from these guys ahead. Bit of Midnight looking up the inside of Brucey as they come down towards the chicane, and he's been able to get ahead. It's obviously a better drive coming out of turn 2, and obviously being in the slipstream, he's just been able to let Midnight get ahead of Brucey. Obviously a little bit of fighting here and there is going to allow Phil just to close up to the back of these guys, and he's bringing Pilgrim with him. But Bazza up into 5th place, Raffo in 6th, Golden Brownie in 7th, Muffin Man 8th, Mark 9th, Judge in 10th, just like Fuji again. All these guys are just fighting their way for what, 5th place. So yeah, it's good clean racing from these guys. Raffo looks like he's going to have a look up the inside of Bazza as they come down towards the hairpin. We've had a change for the lead again. I'm guessing Brucey's gone for the head move on Midnight through this corner as well. See if Golden Brownie's been overtaken by Muffin Man through that sequence as well. But we see Midnight's been able to pull alongside Brucey now before the line. So if Midnight is behind at the end of the race, if these two stay together, Midnight will be able to potentially get the drive and get back past before the checkered flag. And Brucey's pulled alongside Midnight, but side by side as they're coming down towards turn 1. I say this is just going to allow Phil to potentially catch up to the back of these guys. But Midnight's going to have the inside line through turn 1 and keep ahead of Brucey. Phil there in 3rd, Pilgrim in 4th, Raffo, Bazza, Midnight, Mark all fighting for this 5th place. And Raffo's been able to get ahead of Bazza now and lead their way down towards the chicane. Muffin Man in 7th there, just watching behind Mark in 8th place. Judge in 9th, he's got ahead of Golden Brownie now. So Golden Brownie, I don't know if he had a penalty or not, but as we come through, oh, Bazza's got it wrong. What's happened with Bazza? He's doing a nice little 360 pirouette there. As we come down, let's jump on board with Bazza. He's right up behind the rear end of Raffo. Did you just not see his braking point? As we're coming down towards the chicane. Oh, a slight tap there from Muffin Man. That's just sent him spinning. And it's caused absolute chaos for everyone else. That's going to really split up the field. Damage for pretty much everyone apart from Raffo, who's ahead of him. So yeah, Mark's got damage, Judge has got damage, Golden's got damage, Muffin Man waiting for Bazza, who also got damage. So all 5 involved all got damage from that little incident, but that's really opened up now this the back part of the pack. So Raffo kind of got lucky there and got away with it, and being in front of the madness. But Brucey and Midnight, you can see they have been fighting. They've now got Phil closing in the back end of them. Midnight just getting that drive and absolutely powering it past Brucey. Once again ahead of him as they come down towards the line. Brucey having to slip in the slipstream now as they come across start lap 6. But I think Phil is potentially in the slipstream. Oh, he's getting very close to the rear end now of getting into that slipstream and closing up to the back of this pack. Pilgrim there in 4th place, just on his own, dropped off the back of Phil now. I think Phil's now been able to step up the pace. Yeah, Pilgrim done a 2:11 where Phil done a 2:10. So it was second there that Phil gained on Pilgrim, but you can see he has been able to catch up to the back of these two. Brucey now back in the lead ahead of Midnight. Midnight's got another good drive as they come down towards the chicane, but I think he's just going to sit behind Brucey as they come down. So towards the chicane they go. But Phil now definitely with this pack made it a freeway right now. Oh, Brucey's got it into the wall. Oh, what's Brucey done? How's Brucey done that? Did he just get it a bit too hot coming in? Let's go on board. Oh, a little bit too hot. Trying not to hit the wall. And then looked like Midnight probably just tapped him as he was losing it and just sent him spinning. That sent Brucey back down to 4th place. Raffo's probably going to get him as well because he's got damage and he's not up to speed through that right hand kink. So it's unlucky for Brucey that. They had a great little fight there. It was with Midnight for that 1st place, but see if you can use the slipstream of the guys to catch up to the back of them. But I think obviously the gap is probably a bit too big between some of the guys to use the slipstream all the way through. So that's now made it a 2-horse race again for the lead between now Midnight and Phil. We did see this at Fuji as well between these two, not for very long, because Phil just absolutely checked out. But I think if Midnight can just keep in Phil's slip, if he does get ahead, then Midnight will be able to drag back past him towards the line, because that Mazda seems to will get up to its top speed pretty quickly. But we'll go through Pilgrim in 3rd place, Raffo in 4th, Brucey in 5th, Mark in 6th, Judge 7th, Golden Brownie in 8th place, Bazza in 9th place. Muffin Man did end up leaving the race due to other family things as well, distracting him during the race. But back to the front where most of the action is happening between everyone at the moment. They're probably the closest on track, I feel, between Phil and Midnight. I'll just go through just because obviously we've got Brucey and Raffo. Now Brucey's been able to catch up to the back end of Raffo using the slipstream down the main straight as well. So Brucey is on the redemption run to get back up to the rear end, or at least getting onto the podium. Not been able to get anything through the chicane. We're carrying some decent speed through there then, boys. Absolutely flying. Brucey's literally, it's like he's got super glue on the back of Raffo's car and just not leaving it alone through the twisty section. They probably are catching up to the back of Pilgrim a little bit, it looks like, through there, because that was decent as they came through. Mark there in 6th place. He's got the other Scirocco of Judge just behind him in 7th place. Golden Brownie in 8th. He's dropped off the back of this pack now, I think, because he was at the back of the pack when that crash happened. Kind of stopped him dead in his tracks, and Bazza there got up and going again. See if he can try and catch up to the back of the pack, but obviously we're not being in the slip, it's going to be quite hard. You can see all the guys there going down the back straight now. But here's the battle for 1st place, Midnight and Phil. So we've actually got a battle this time round for 1st place. And Phil, is he going to be able to just get ahead of Midnight up towards turn 1? Doesn't look like he is. Oh no, he is. He's just got into 1st place. So it does show that Mazda is a lot bigger, but it's got a lot more speed than the Ferrari. Ferrari had to use the slipstream to try and get alongside, where the Mazda didn't need it at all. But just giving a bit of racing room on the exit there from Phil. And Midnight's been able to keep it there round the outside as they come down towards the chicane. Once again, Midnight's been able to get in front of Phil as they're coming through here. A little left right flick. There we go. That's Midnight and Phil through the chicane. Pilgrim there in 3rd place. Raffo and Brucey still stuck to Raffo's rear end, but Raffo's got a little bit too hot through the chicane. I think he got a little bit of a bump there off Brucey on the exit. But it looks like Mark and Judge have been able to just catch up to the back of these two. Probably just in Brucey's slip, so they've been absolutely fine. That was very close there for Mark on the exit there of that left-hander. Up towards the Brucey's been able to get ahead of Raffo. Looked like Raffo went in deep into that right-hander. So that's allowed Mark now to catch up to the right up past Raffo and making a move now as they come towards the hairpin. Will Mark be able to make it stop and just turn it through? Raffo's going to try and hang it round the outside. Oh, it was very close there from Raffo. Nearly took the rear end out of Mark, but he's now going to be in the slipstream as they come down the main straight. But Mark's going to have Brucey's slip in front of him just to try and stop Raffo from getting past, and Judge there just behind, having a look this way and that to get past both of these two in front of him. He's going to make it 3 wide as Judge as they come out the tunnel, up the hill. Who's going to be the bravest as they come into turn 1? Brucey there probably looking in the mirror and just going, please boys, keep it clean, I don't want to be sent into the shadow realm. It looks like Mark's going to be latest on the brakes and just gets in front of Raffo and Judge. Judge is on the inside of Raffo on the exit and gets past Raffo now. Mark just hits the wall on the exit of turn 2. That's going to give Judge the drive down, and it does. Judge has been able to slip back past Mark. So Mark later on the brakes into turn 1, but then messes up coming out of turn 2 and slips back to the rear of these 3. You can see he's got damage on the front left wheel and bumper. But all this fighting has just allowed Brucey just to pull away a little bit through the first couple of corners. Now he's got Pilgrim in his sights. See if he can catch up to the back of them and potentially make this a 5-way fight for 3rd place. If they all go in the way they're going, they'll all close them back up again. Golden Brownie in 8th place, just struggling. I think without that slipstream, just absolutely nowhere in the Mustang. Bazza doing blue laps. Obviously, so without that slipstream, you're not going to be getting a purple lap because it is so strong around here. But looks like Bazza is catching up to the rear end of Golden Brownie. It's about 10 seconds, and that's definitely not 10 seconds now. We've got a yellow flag. Who's the yellow flag for? It's for Raffo. What happened with Raffo? Oh, on the exit of the hairpin, all by himself, it looks like. Did he just get the power on too soon? It looks like he did, and that was it. The rear end just came snapping round him. Marshall there, quick to get his yellow flag out and get it waving. That's not going to allow Golden to catch up to the back end of Raffo now as they come down to start lap 10. So there's me saying it's going to be a 5-way fight for 3rd. It's now only going to be a 4-way fight, and Mark's just dropped off the back of these guys, probably just from that damage that he had. But Pilgrim definitely in the slipstream now. Brucey now definitely in the slipstream of Pilgrim. Same as Judge as well. These 3 all in the slipstream train now. So Brucey's done well to catch up to the back of Pilgrim. Just glancing the ball there on the exit of turn 2. So that's going to allow Brucey to go side by side with Pilgrim as they come through left right towards the chicane. Who's going to back out first as they go through the right hander now. It's going to be very close, but Pilgrim just backs out and lets Brucey go through. No, they're going to try and go side by side through, but Brucey does keep ahead of Pilgrim as they go through there, and Judge is now on the rear end of Pilgrim. Oh, just cuts his nose off as they go through the right kink. And Brucey's just been able to keep ahead of Pilgrim through there as well. So keeping it clean, but will Pilgrim be able to drive back past down the main straight as long as he can keep in the slipstream and keep close enough? And Judge will probably benefit from both of their slipstreams. It looks like it's allowed Mark just to catch up a little bit with them guys fighting through the back section of the track. Raffo there just ahead of Golden Brownie, and Bazza there closing in as well, so Bazza's definitely got pace, and just unfortunate with that little incident that he had a few laps ago. Phil and Midnight still battling for first place with what we've got 8 minutes of the race to go, so what, 3 laps, maybe 4, no 4 laps, I think it'll be 4 laps, but don't quote me on that. But Phil been able to drag back past Midnight, but Midnight just using the absolute power of that Mazda to drive straight back past Phil into turn 1. So that Mazda showing some incredible speed over the Ferrari of Phil, just to stay ahead of him. Brucey there has been able to keep ahead of Pilgrim and Judge down the main straight. And Mark there, he's definitely in the slipstream, is Mark. He's on the edge of it, but he's definitely there. We'll see if he has a good couple of sectors through towards the last corner. He will be right up behind Judge again. Pilgrim looks like he got a little bit of a tank slapper as they came through the chicane. It's going to allow Brucey just to pull away a little bit, it looks like, and going to keep Judge just behind him. Midnight and Phil still fighting away at the front there. You can see on the mini map we've kind of got 3 battles going on. We've got first and second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth, and 7th, 8th and now 9th with Bazza just catching up to the rear end of Golden Brownie ahead of him. But that group is quite spread out. You've got Phil and Midnight literally ding-donging their way down the main straight, but Judge has gone very deep on the last corner. Is that going to allow Mark to get back past him? No, it's not. Mark's just going to slip in to the slipstream of Judge as they chase Pilgrim down the main straight again and across the line to start lap 12. Brucey's been able to just pull away a little bit. Looks like he's broken the toe of Pilgrim. Judge losing the slipstream to slide past Pilgrim, and here comes Mark. I thought they were going to make it 3 wide for a second there. So it looks like that Scirocco's got some decent pace as well. They are making it 3 wide once again, with Brucey just ahead. Is it going to be Pilgrim, Mark or Judge that gets the corner? Looks like it's going to be Pilgrim. He's just been able to slip back past these two. He was behind both of them halfway down the straight and hits the wall on the exit. Did he get any damage? No, he didn't get any damage, but Mark's been able to slip back past. They made it 3 wide for a brief second there as they're coming through up towards the chicane. It looks like that little tap there from Pilgrim's just dropped him to the back of this group. He's going to make it 2 wide through the chicane. That's brave. Pretty much stuck door to door as they went through between Judge and Pilgrim. But racing room given between the two of them. Judge just getting ahead of Pilgrim. Pilgrim getting a tank slapper on the exit of the right hand kink there. Did he pick up any damage? He's got some front left damage there, has Pilgrim. But Judge into 5th place. Mark now in 4th. He's now going to be closing up to the back end of Brucey, who's got back onto the podium that he wanted, and see if he can hold off Mark behind. But we've got Phil and Midnight now still fighting for this top spot on the podium. Let's see from Phil's view how quickly he'll close up to the back end of that Mazda. Not quickly enough if he wants to do it from behind to get across in front of Midnight on the last lap. We'd have had it now. Oh, tactics, he's letting off. Is he just trying to he's not trying to save fuel, he's got enough fuel. He's just playing the long game. Is Phil just letting off the throttle, just staying behind Midnight. I think I know what he's trying to do, and I'm sure anyone else who's savvy with racing will have figured out that as well. As we come round, probably we've got one more lap after this, so penultimate lap has started, going by the timings. So Brucey definitely got Mark in his slipstream now, and just behind. Judge has just fallen off behind these two. Pilgrim now out of the battle for that third place, just for that little contact he had through the right kink. Looks like he's just dropped him off the back end. Rappo there in 7th place, Bazza in 8th. He's got past Golden Brownie for that 8th place. This is where the battle is for that top spot. Phil just keeping it tucked right under the rear ring of that Mazda. Midnight going ultra wide. Oh, nicks it with that left-hander. There's a barrier that does stick out as they come round it. So you just got to be careful not to wipe yourself out. But am I thinking what Phil is thinking? He's going to go try and make the move now as they come obviously out of this last corner. He will just slipstream straight past Midnight and try and check out on the last lap, so that Midnight can't get the drive past him as they come across the line, because yes, this will be coming on to the last lap. We've got 2 minutes to go, and it's over a 2-minute lap. So stick with these guys as they come across the line. Now will Phil try the move that I was thinking he was going to be doing? He is catching up to him by the looks of it. It's hard to tell from this angle. You'll see a Mazda coming into the right of the screen, I'm sure any second now, as they drive past and up there, out of the tunnel. There goes Phil into 1st place. Got a great drive that time round, and were able to slipstream straight past and went side by side as they come up towards turn 1. He's even gone purple. That's how good that drive was from Phil. He's going to keep Midnight just on his rear quarter panel, but Midnight backs out of it as they come through turn 2. I'll just jump back to see what's happening. Oh, Brucey and Mark are close as well. Josh is just a little bit off the back. Raffo, Pilgrim's dropped back down towards Raffo now. Don't know if looks like Pilgrim had a bit of a disaster on the last lap. That's going to allow Bazza as well to potentially get into the fight as they come down towards the line at the end of this lap. Golden Brownie there, just been able to just slip off the back of these two. These three. Now that Pilgrim was up in, I think, 3rd place for the majority of this race. But Phil has been able to just break that gap between him and Midnight on this lap. So is Phil going to try and do the double with the fastest lap in both races and the qualifying? An absolute dominant performance from Phil in round 4. Looks like he's been able to open up that gap. Oh, he's gone deep into the hairpin. Is that the line that he wanted, just so he can get the power on early? Looks like Phil's going to have this one wrapped up for the win at Tokyo as we head to Asia for round 4. It looks like Phil will. I don't think Midnight's going to be close enough to slipstream back past for the win. So that's Phil 1st place on the top spot, Midnight in 2nd place. Great fought race there from Midnight. Brucey there holding on to 3rd place, wiggling his way down towards the line. Mark there in 4th, Brucey in 5th. Raffo, he got past Pilgrim and was able to check out and keep ahead of Buzzer as well. So Raffo will finish in 6th place. By the looks of it, Buzzer will come across the line in 7th. Pilgrims finishes in 9th place. Golden Brownie just pips him for 8th place. That is it for Tokyo. And round 4, obviously join me next time for round 5. And if you've enjoyed it, hit that like button, maybe consider subscribing, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye bye.